Hello, I'm Dango Rose. Welcome to the Mountaineer Podcast, where everybody's listening. The Mountaineer brings you the latest news of the Peak to Peak region, in print, online, through our podcast, social media, and special publications. Now, listen in to the latest news of the area with our local journalists.
The song you are currently listening to is called Kaj by The Workshy. Ben Rafferty of Violet Breeze plays keyboard. My name is Jamie Lammers, and welcome to another episode of Music of the Mountains, where to be and what to see. Our musical guests this week, do you mind introducing yourselves real quick?
My name is Alyssa Medina.
And I'm Ben Rafferty.
And we, together, make up Violet Breeze.
Am I right in thinking that you're performing in Busey Brews very soon?
We actually just performed there a little earlier. Next show is going to be on May 16th at the Jamestown Mercantile.
Got it. Jamestown Mercantile, not Busey Brews. My mistake. Anyway, moving past that, would you guys like to talk about how Violet Breeze came to be in the first place? Has it always been just you two?
Okay, so actually, yeah, it has only been Ben and I the whole time we've had Violet Breeze, which we've been together playing in this duo for one year now. So yeah, we've played together in multiple different music projects over the past 4 or 5 years, and just decided to do a duo thing where we could play whatever we wanted and have a lot of fun and try traveling around a little bit and seeing different venues and places around Colorado. So we've been having a lot of fun with it.
Ben, you want to add your perspective to that story?
Yeah, sure. We met over a mutual love of Grateful Dead and doing Grateful Dead bands together. And yeah, you asked about the origins of Violet Breeze, and it's a funny inside joke.
Yeah, about my dog.
Yeah. So I've always given her the nickname Hairdo, and she calls me Barf. And so the first time we were going to perform together, we actually thought we were going to get away with calling it Barfin' My Hairdo at a restaurant. And of course that didn't go over very well. So we decided to shift gears to an inside joke about her dog farting. And we came up with Violet Breeze after her dog's name is Violet.
Yep.
So there's always been a silliness to what we do.
How long have you two been performing in musical groups together?
3-4 years.
Yeah.
Maybe more. COVID happened, so I don't know what time means anymore. It was pre-COVID, so more than 3 or 4 years.
Are there any particular influences that have stuck with either of you while you've been performing together?
I think we're also currently in a Tedeschi Trucks tribute band together, so I would definitely say that is a band that influences me and
Susan.
Probably Ben too, yeah. Susan Tedeschi is a big hero of mine, so definitely her. In our project, we do some Bonnie Raitt and Linda Rondstadt too, so I definitely love those two women artists as well. Yeah, Ben, what do you think? Any for you?
I mean, we'll mash up Keller Williams with Madonna and sing Boyz II Men and Rancid and
Soundgarden.
A lot of the 90s alternative makes its way into what we do. And I've been a songwriter for over 20 years, so I will throw in original pieces that I've been working on for a long time, or if it's brand new, I'll just jam it on in there somewhere. Yeah, we go in pretty empty. There's no plan. We just have such a deep well of songs to pull from that we'll just go out and feel out the room and play something for you.
So how did your musical journey start in the first place? When did you realize that music would become such an important part of your life?
The first time I saw Pour Some Sugar on Me on MTV in about 1987.
Oh, my God.
If I'm being completely candid. Yeah, I saw a bunch of British weirdos jumping around in spandex with laser light shows, and I said, me, that's what I want to do. And it started with banging on pots and pans, thinking I was going to be a drummer. And chemicals and festivals later, I decided to become a piano player. Alyssa.
I grew up singing in church choir since I was a kid, and I did chorus all through high school, middle school, competitive choirs, chamber ensembles, things like that. And then I got into Virginia Commonwealth University for their music program. So I studied a little bit of music. So pretty much all my life I've sang. And then when I moved out to Colorado in 2016, that was the first time I'd ever thought about joining a band and learning how to be a musician. And then, just immersed myself in the music scene here and met lots of great connections and sang with lots of great people and musicians. And here we are.
She has all the accolades, and I like Def Leppard. That's where that one sort of boils down to.
Alyssa, am I getting the right impression from Ben that you've won a lot of accolades for your musical performances?
People love this girl.
Oh, my God. I mean, a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I have met a lot of people and got to sing with a lot of different groups. Ben and I are in a lot of different projects together, including Violet Breeze. We're in a group called the Doc Sadler Band, and we're actually going to be opening for Film on the Rocks this summer at Red Rocks, so we're both checking that off the old bucket list. Shameless plug, that's going to be on July 15th. So yeah, come see us at Red Rocks.
That's fair enough. Would you say you guys don't necessarily take yourselves that seriously on stage?
I think we like to have fun, and that's ultimately, I think both of us playing music, that's really the goal. We just want to do it and have fun, and that's what we love to do. And if we can do what we love and have fun and make some kind of career out of it, or that could be our job, that's what we ultimately want, I think, for me anyway.
I feel like the more serious we are, the less attention a tip bucket might receive. And the more we goof around and engage and make people laugh, sometimes at the expense of a serious performance, it usually pays off. So, yeah, I like to goof around.
Yeah, plus we're both, I feel like we're really good friends, and we have a funny banter, and we like to have fun and be silly and not take things too seriously, and it usually makes for a pretty good gig.
Alyssa, have you tried writing your own songs, or does Ben write most of the songs?
I will give all the credit to Ben. However, we are working on writing some originals with my writing as well. Thanks to Ben. He's composing the music for it. So, yeah, it's in the works.
It's a very good earworm. You'll have it stuck in your head soon enough.
So, Ben, where does your writing fall? Is it serious? Is it comedic? What do you focus on mainly?
It's the polar opposite of comedic. Usually, I write a lot of ballads. I have a hard time writing what they call ass-shaking music. I just write sappy love songs. Yeah. Breakup songs, sappy love songs, more breakup songs, more sappy love songs. That's the gist of it.
So am I correct when I say that I'm getting the sense that you guys take music very seriously, but you don't necessarily take yourselves very seriously and are willing to poke fun of yourselves whenever you get the chance in order to make the audience laugh?
Yeah, it's kind of a knee-jerk, nervous tick almost. If the crowd is not responding, it's time to get self-deprecating. It's time to maybe even pick somebody out of the crowd and start making fun of them. See if they notice that we're talking about their hat or their shirt. And eventually it clicks. And once it clicks, we can drop the fake laughter and really just focus on the music. And then people start really engaging with it. But sometimes you're playing a coffee shop and nobody came to see Violet Breeze an hour and a half away from where we're from and at a coffee shop for 2 hours. So we'll go down there, we'll have fun, and once we feel that connection, we can drop the nervousness almost and just push forward with a very professional attitude and a great performance that people leave usually taking a bunch of stickers and high-fiving and having a good time and saying, we'll see you soon, when are you coming back?
Ben, what is it about the writing process that has stuck out to you over the last 20 years?
Narcissism. Just a total need to have my voice and my story heard by somebody. That's probably it. I wish it wasn't, but that's probably it. I like my belief system that I have in place. life about things such as love, life, the afterlife, metaphysical beliefs, and I will do my best to explain my thought process on these things through music. And I can't think of another reason why other than because I think I'm important. I don't know.
Well, Alyssa, I'm curious, what has it been like seeing Ben's songwriting process come to fruition?
I think the most important thing is Ben and I do a lot of cover bands. We're in a lot of cover band projects and tribute bands, and we're doing a lot of other people's music. So I think it's super important that we are incorporating Ben's original music into this project because, first of all, it's easier for one other person to learn a song versus to have a whole band learn a song. So we can kind of introduce these songs and make sure that we're performing them in front of people so that they hear it. And it's just really cool to see somebody that I respect as a musician write original music and perform it, and just me being able to be a part of it in any way is, I think, is super awesome.
What are some of your favorite parts about being able to perform live?
I think for me, anyway, the connections that you make with people through my voice. I've had so many experiences on stage where you can feel an energy, and it's super crazy to experience and have people come up to you later and be like, that really changed my feeling for the day, or even my perspective on things, or what have you. I think being able to connect in a way with people through music is just super important and super special, and I'm really grateful that I get to do that. So that's mine. Ben, what do you think?
I love when I don't have to think about anything, and I find that the best moments, maybe not with just Violet Breeze, but in a full band setting, are when you completely turn off your thoughts and you can just close your eyes. You don't have to look at your fingers. You're just listening to everybody doing their thing and reacting in real time, and you know you're building something very special that people can latch onto and dance, smile, and feel the magic that comes from making music. That would be it for me.
Is there anything that you hope audience members will be able to take away from your shows when they come and see you?
Merchandise.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I hope that they feel it was time well spent. That's pretty much it. There's a million things you can do. You could sit at home and you can stare at your phone all day, but if you come out and you have a good time, I'm super appreciative of that.
Yeah, I'd say I hope that they maybe take away the sense that they understand us more as people and artists. I feel like, especially with Violet Breeze, we're able to be super personable and just ourselves, and I think people really respond to that. Our personalities are pretty out there as far as we just like to have fun and we're silly and we like to laugh, and I think that people like to share that with us as well as the music, so I think that's what I hope people take away.
Have you guys released songs together or individually?
Together we have not. I think we individually have released things. I have 8,000 plans always in motion. We'll see what happens. I would love to record a Violet Breeze album. I would love to...
Like a Christmas album.
Oh, yeah. Should we talk about Christmas?
Yeah, well, one of my life goals is to create or to record a Christmas album, and Ben and I played a couple Christmas gigs last year and hope to do so again this Christmas season. I just am a freak about Christmas music, so that would be something cool to do.
I went from absolutely hating Christmas music to watching Alyssa freak out about how much she loves Christmas music, so it brought the joy back into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I wanted you to take away.
So I always sarcastically said that we should make, anytime I was with any other musician, I'd say, let's make a Christmas album. Let's make a Christmas album. But when I was hanging out with Alyssa on Christmas 2 years ago, I think, we were watching several Christmas videos at a bar, and we decided right then, let's make a Christmas album. And I thought we were going to do it kind of over the next week, but 2 years later, we'll get to it.
Slowly but surely, we'll get there.
I was driving down from Salida, and we were coming down 285, and all the treetops were all white and snowy and just perfect looking. And so I started blasting Oscar Peterson Christmas album.
Yes.
And yeah, people were like, why? And I said, because this music exists every day of the year, not just in December.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, I don't know. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
How about shameless plugs for your readers? August 10th at the Howlin' Wind, Violet Breeze.
Yeah, Howlin' Wind Brewery.
Red Rocks has to be mentioned.
Yeah, sorry if we can. I know that's like out of it, but that's like a huge thing.
People need to know that we're not just another $100 act. We are a $112 act.
Yeah.
How do we get back into Busey Bruce? Why don't you just make that happen? because that was super fun.
Yeah, we love that place. So we had so much fun. The crowd was really cool. They have pretty great mac and cheese, I will say. And the garlic mashers, those are, anyway, good food there and good entertainment.
Violet Breeze is a good time.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to come up to Jamestown and play, and in Rollinsville as well. So I'm excited to get up in the mountains this summer, spring, summer.
Okay, there's one last story from Ben that I had to include because it was too funny. So, some context first. When I reached out to Alyssa, the very first thing I told her was that her name looked familiar to me. I thought that I had previously promoted a solo show of hers or something for the music mentions here at the Mountain Ear. But no, that's not where I actually saw her name. Turns out there is an Alyssa Medina that goes to my school, the University of Colorado Boulder. She is the senior resident advisor of the 6th floor in Bear Creek Building B as I am recording this episode. And she had just reached out to everybody in Bear Creek to ask if there were any graduates who wanted their name and picture up on the billboard in the hallway and on the Instagram page of Bear Creek. I thought this was really funny, so I mentioned it to Alyssa. I also, during the interview, mentioned this to Ben in case he didn't know it, and this was his response.
If you Google Ben Rafferty, you're going to find a skateboarder who owns a heating and electric company in Melbourne, Australia. He's a really cool dude, and my girlfriend years ago, she got me a hat that says Ben Rafferty Heating and Electric on it. I've got a pile of stickers, a pile of magnets, a polo shirt that says Ben Rafferty Heating and Electric. This company sent all this stuff for free because she said, my boyfriend's name is Ben Rafferty, and they said, well, that's awesome. Here's tons of free stuff. Ben Rafferty, Heating and Electric in Melbourne, Australia.
That's too funny.
They have viral videos where they're singing that Here's My Number, So Call Me Baby song. They're all doing roofing. They're all on the roof singing that song. It's wonderful, and I think it went viral in Australia.
My God.
If you Google my name, I'll show up. That's when I know I'm really excited.
For those who care, the only business I could find similar to what Ben was talking about here is Ben Rafferty Air and Electrical, which also does happen to be in Melbourne. I believe this is the place that he was shouting out. So, shout out to Ben Rafferty Air and Electrical. Oh, and by the way, in case you didn't recognize the lyrics to the song that Ben was talking about, that's Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. You're welcome. Thank you so much to Alyssa and Ben for coming on board and joining us for the podcast. If you'd like to see them perform together as the duo Violet Breeze, you can check them out at the Jamestown Mercantile, not Busey Brews as I thought in the beginning of this episode, but the Jamestown Mercantile, located at 108 Main Street in Jamestown on Thursday, May 16th, 2024, starting at 7 p.m.
It's better when we turn it on, get the signal down low. Mile and horizon, where time is never slow. An easy disposition.
The song you are currently hearing is called Better from the band Break Signals. Alyssa Medina of Violet Breeze provides the vocals.
For an exhibition, got my mind at ease. You know it's better, getting better every day.
And now, for this week's Music Mentions. Head to Busey Brews, located at 70 East 1st Street in Netherland on Sunday, May 12th at 2 p.m. to see the Matt Catters performing live. Head to the Canyon Tavern, located at 32138 Highway 72 in Coal Creek Canyon on Saturday, May 11th at 6 p.m. to see Kyle O'Brien performing live. Head to the Diner Bar Ned, located at 121 North Jefferson Street in Netherland on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. for a karaoke night. Head to the Gold Hill Inn, located at 401 Main Street in Gold Hill on Friday, May 10th at 8 p.m. to see the Whiskey Mash Band performing live, on Saturday, May 11th at 7 p.m. to see the Luke Callan Band performing live, on Sunday, May 12th at 7 p.m. to see the Cody Sisters performing live, and on Wednesday, May 15th at 6 p.m. to see Tall Poppy String Band performing live. Head to the Gold Hill General Store, located at 531 Main Street in Gold Hill on Thursday, May 9th at 7 p.m. to see Derek Vanderhorst performing live, and on Saturday, May 11th at 7 p.m. to see Esoteric Earth performing live. Head to Howlin' Wind Brewing, located at 51A Main Street in Rollinsville on Saturday, May 11th at 4 p.m. to see Windy Pines performing live, and on Sunday, May 12th at 4 p.m. for an open bluegrass jam. Head to the Jamestown Mercantile, located at 108 Main Street in Jamestown on Friday, May 10th at 5 p.m. to see Raitt Fillmore performing live, On Friday, May 10th at 7 p.m. to see Aaron Mitchell performing live. On Sunday, May 12th at 12:15 p.m. to see the El Martini Band performing live. On Wednesday, May 15th at 5 p.m. for an open mic night. And on Thursday, May 16th at 7 p.m. to see Violet Breeze performing live. Head to Knotted Root Brewing, located at 250 North Caribou Street in Nederland on Sundays at 5 p.m. for Jazz Sundays. Head to the Nederland Farmers Market, located at 85 East 1st Street in Nederland on Sunday, May 12th, starting at 10:30 a.m. to see Stone Hall performing live. Head to the Caribou Room, located at 55 Indian Peaks Drive in Nederland on Friday, May 10th, to see Stanley Jordan with Steve Mullins and Sandra Wong. Doors open and dinner starts at 7 p.m. and the show starts at 8 p.m. Head to the Train Cars, located at 101 Peak to Peak Highway in Nederland on Friday, May 10th at 8 p.m. for a Bulis and Beats event, rescheduled from April 27th. This event will feature Datura, Rico Suave, Amanita, and B Random. Also be sure to head there on Saturday, May 11th at 7 p.m. to see Gratefully Acoustic performing live, and on Thursday, May 16th at 4 p.m. for a train jam. And finally, head to the Very Nice Brewing Company, located at 20 East Lakeview Drive, number 112 in Nederland on Friday, May 10th at 6 p.m. to see One Drum performing live, on Saturday, May 11th at 5 p.m. to see David Tillman performing live, and podcast exclusive announcement on Sunday, May 12th at 3 p.m. to see Jesse McLean performing live. Did we miss you or your performance? Want to submit your music listing in the Peak to Peak area? Do you have updates to your business or to your performances? Please call 303-810-5409 or email info@themountaineer.com to be included in the next print edition or the next podcast of The Mountaineer.
Once I figure out what it should say. 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 Once I figure out what it should say.
And that's it for our show. Subscribe online to get more access to more news, weekly updates to our community calendar, and a link to our YouTube channel by visiting themountaineer.com. Be sure to use the coupon code PODCAST when subscribing for a 10% discount, only available to our listeners. If you are in the local Peak to Peak area, be sure to pick up a print edition of The Mountaineer at a local business. I'm Dango Rose. Thank you for listening.